everybody, and welcome back to the Kingdom Radio podcast. My name is Angel, better known as Tumblr's or TV Gremlin, and today I'm joined by one of my best friends and low-key, like, my off-screen co-host, Alyson of Alysonafterdark. And we are here in, like, a last-minute emergency. Emergency feels very fitting, considering it's the Pitt, episode for the teaser trailer that dropped today. We're going to talk about our thoughts and some theories. Alyson very kindly put together an incredible notes document with all of these theories and all these thoughts and the stills so we can properly discuss the insanity that is happening right now.
Very excited.
Okay. Alyson, you want to start us off? What were your initial thoughts upon... I have a feeling I know what one of your thoughts was.
First off, right away we see Night Shift. I'm very excited and they showed us the board, which I don't know if you want to talk about that right now or if you want to talk about that later when we look at this.
Talk about the board. Well, the board that we see in the teaser is just Night Shift's board. So we're going to get like some handoffs, but a lot of those two are just like, we also don't know yet which patients we're going to be seeing completely. We definitely got those. That cast list came out yesterday, I believe, of like, here are the extra people, which is when we found out that they have decided to recast yet another woman of color as a man because they hate us. And this is just a pattern. Like the Pitt is racist. I feel like I can say that with utmost confidence at this point. Love the show. They have a racism issue. Robbie got a wig. Robbie's sabbatical was in Turkey. He went to Turkey. But yeah, we see the board. I feel like my biggest thought, and honestly, just like the banner billboard in my head, is just like, Mel looks great. We know what she's gonna look like for a minute though. And then Frank looks awful. Frank looks fucking awful. Frank looks bad.
Terrible.
He
horrible.
Just hit like
It's unfortunate.
So I woke up at 11 a.m. today, Pacific Standard Time, to all my baddies, and I rolled over and I checked my phone. I'm like, oh fuck, the teaser's out. They came out like 10 minutes before I woke up or something, and all I could think was just like, wow. It's really, I mean, Frank is sleeping in. I mean, we've definitely been talking about this, but Frank is like, is he sleeping in triage? He's like asleep on his coat. Did he pull it double? Like, what's going on? Frank, why do you look so bad? What's going on here? And you look this bad, but you're still married? I wonder what this could be about.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Very, very interesting. I do also love Jack and John, Abbott and Shen. I'm on a first name basis with every Pitt character, and I feel like if you're listening to this pod, you are too. But it was really funny for him to be like, Robbie's back on the schedule, and Abbott to be like, I'll know it when I see it. Mysterious as hell. What do you know? What's been going on?
It seems like, I mean, we know Robbie's been putting it off because he was supposed to be gone for 3 months, but he was actually gone for 4.
Yeah.
But it also seems like maybe he's been completely MIA, just not talking to anybody at all about what he's been doing.
Yeah. And like the fact I also really love, I mean, the fact that he even shows back up at all probably means something to a lot of them. Al-Hashimi looks great in his absence. Apparently the ER has been running so well because we know from her interviews she's been talking about, she's like, oh yeah, the ER's in great hands, and Al-Hashimi looks incredible. She's in that all black outfit. Her hair looks great. She's serving. Her, Trinity, Mel, and Victoria, serving face. Trinity's hair is insane. She looks incredible. Put it up, girl. You're gonna get stuff in it. Put your hair up, please. Please, God. Like, whenever anyone has their hair...
Put it in a ponytail.
That's good. Whenever someone has their hair down on the Pitt, I'm just like, my skin starts crawling. But that is real, though. Yeah.
I don't wear my hair down at work.
I have like shoulder length hair. I cut my hair, real ones now. I cut my hair and I cut it, and like I wanted it shorter than I have it, but I was still working, and so I was like, oh no, I have to have my hair. I need my hair to be able to go up because you get stuff in it. You are working with bodily fluids all day. I think it's interesting too. It's completely off topic, but back to the teaser. It's interesting, or still on the teaser. It's interesting because you put in your notes, like, talking a little bit about some of the patients we see. We see a ton of behavioral patients. This trailer was almost entirely focused on behavioral patients, when in the past it's been focused on traumas. And I thought that was fascinating because obviously the Pitt is if Noah Wyle would have it his way, it would be entirely about Robbie and his mental health. And so it's interesting to see
Mhm.
that, like, obviously they tell the story of the doctors through the patients. So it's
Yeah.
interesting that so many of the patients are having behavioral health problems
Mhm.
when we know that Langdon, Robbie, Abbott, Trinity, Mel, all of
Yeah.
these characters are dealing with mental health issues. Every character is mentally ill in the show,
Mhm.
but particularly like I feel like Langdon and Robbie, with Robbie being really explicitly suicidal and Langdon with having substance use disorder, that is
Yeah.
a very obvious one-to-one parallel. And it's also interesting to
Mhm.
have like Robbie coming back looking kind of like shit too. I mean, he went to Turkey, but he
Yeah.
also like looks disheveled. He's in like a hoodie. Like there's like something about
The
him where you're
wet
like,
hoodie, the wet shoulders.
the wet shoulders. Is it raining? And then Frank
Mm.
just looking. Frank is currently 100 pounds soaking wet. He looks like a puppy
Oh,
someone left in the rain. I'm
that's so
worried. I'm
funny.
stressed. I'm nervous. I also think
Mhm.
it's really funny that our fandom immediately got on every social media site and was like, Frank looks like shit. We're so back.
That's the
It's
tell
good
all.
news that he looks bad. That's
Uh-huh.
the Kingdons are rooting for his downfall apparently. And like Mel, our sweet pretty princess. Should we talk about the
Her
lockers?
perfect. Yeah, oh, yeah, we can talk about the lockers, yeah.
At the lockers. This is such a disjointed episode. Welcome to our brains.
It's okay, it's okay.
The it's okay. So in the teaser, like you were kind of going like, wait, no, before we do the locker, let's talk like more about the teaser. So Frank looks like shit.
Okay.
Mel looks great. It's not a very long teaser. It's not a
No, it's
very
really
long
not.
teaser. There isn't very much to glean from it other than like it seems like we're going to see them show up to work as opposed to them already being there. We see
Yes.
Santos and Whitaker at the lockers, which listen,
Mhm.
I if you are on like the Patreon or know me personally, you know I have feelings about Dr. Whitaker, but I do love Whit Santos. I'm not a fucking monster, and their
Uh-huh.
platonic relationship is like I've read fic about them. They're adorable. I love
Yes.
their relationship. It is awesome.
Very
And I love
much.
Trinity.
Mhm.
And them being besties and fist bumping at the locker is so important to me.
Yes.
And then we just see a lot of patients. Victoria looks incredible. She is in like a white
Mhm.
coat. She is doing her psychiatry rotation. Dr.
The clock
Al-Hashimi we don't
face.
really see, but she's serving. McKay looks
Mhm.
great. Like McKay is here. McKay, our unproblematic queen. She looks
Yeah.
awesome. A lot of our favorite nurses are back. Nurse Vivi is back. Park the
Yes.
Shark is back. And
Yes.
notably for our yeah, Baby Shark Baby Shark, do 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 do. I am rooting so hard for him to interact with honestly anybody because there are some Park the Shark X Emma fics that are very important to me that I love and are great. But yeah, I'm really happy to see him back. Obviously, I'm rooting for Dr. Walsh to come back. I don't think we'll ever see our girl again, but I want her back in my
That's so
life. I
sad.
miss her. Bring her
Mhm.
home. And like my wife went to war and she never came back. Garcia's there. There's that shot of Langdon and
Yes.
Santos working on a patient with Garcia
Mhm.
when the hospital attorney comes through, who's also notably
Yes.
back,
And the new CMO.
and the new CMO, the Gloria replacement, who is a man.
Yes.
Fun
Yes. A
times.
white man.
A white man.
I always feel like Schmidt when I say that. And he goes, "A
Yeah.
white man?
Yep.
Typical."
Yep. Yep. Yep.
That
That
basically
feels about
sums up the pit as a whole.
that. Yeah, that does. That does. It's also like I wonder if I don't know if I said it on the pod or if I said it off the record, but at one point I was like, no, Frank has job security because he's a white guy. Like
Yeah.
Patrick can stay on as long as he wants. He's a white dude. We're
Yeah.
fine. Because every season it's like this is his last season. It's like, is it? I don't really think it is. I think that it's pretty obvious he's going to become an attending. He's one of the main characters.
I sure hope
Um,
so.
yeah. If
That
anything,
would
I
be
worry
so
for Mel.
nice.
Yeah, I would love that. Can we like? Can we break cycles? Can we break some cycles of trauma and abuse, please? God, please. Okay, and we see Mel. There's no Mel in this teaser, by the way. For
No, it's
why would
bullshit.
there be?
But
I
whatever.
So I was watching it and I was like, there's obviously because I like got to the like our group chat late. I was like, oh, if there was Kingdon, I'd already be like hearing about it. You would have like I
Yeah.
would have been alerted. I was just alerted of a
Somehow.
teaser, so I was like, oh, there's no
In one
Kingdon.
way or
Uh,
another.
yeah, and then also the board is only night shift, so we don't have any access to what cases they might be
Yes.
working together. So obviously, we didn't get any real Kingdon until December. So I mean, we're not getting Kingdon until at least like December, which is hard. It's hard. I
Yeah.
know. It's like
We
they
can
hate
do it.
us.
We
We
can
can
do
do
it.
it
We'll get
though.
through it.
But we
We'll
do
persevere.
have I feel like let's just like talk about Frank for a minute. Let's talk about how bad Frank looks. I need to like go in depth. He he looks like shit. Like I okay, so he looks like a wet puppy who got left out in the rain. He looks significantly different than he did in season 2, which is like
Yes.
quite literally like owned to like the life Patrick has been living outside of the show. Like
Yeah.
Patrick has like physically transformed a little bit. He's grown his hair
Hmm.
out. He's like
The
yeah,
stubble
he's just
really
like
changes everything.
it does. He looks so disheveled and I'm
Oh,
obsessed with it. I'm
his
kind
hair
of
looks
obsessed
a
with
little
the idea.
greasy.
He does. I'm obsessed with the theory that he's working a double. I think that that checks
Hmm.
out
Yes.
because that would explain why he looks like shit, why he has
Hmm.
stubble, and why he would probably be sleeping in
Sleeping.
the ED. So like if
Yeah.
we open up and it's like, "Sir, why were you working a night shift double?" But he's also not on the board for night
Oh
shift.
yeah, that's true.
So he probably wasn't working a double. But
I didn't think about that.
my king,
Whatever.
why are you sleeping in the ED in the morning?
Sleeping
Because
Frank.
we also know they've only shot like they're just now shooting episode 5. This is only from the first 4 episodes of the show.
Yeah.
And so they're the first 4 hours of the show, this is the vibe. And
Yes.
I really why are we asleep in the triage? Why are we napping? What's
Yeah.
going Frank? Um I'm also like not I'm going to throw this out there. I'm wrong, but I just want to throw it out there. And I also want you to plug your fic that's kind of based off that. What if he's sleeping in the abandoned wing of the hospital? What if this is him
Girl,
waking up in the morning?
listen, listen.
Walk with me.
I would
Walk
go
with me.
fucking crazy. I would go insane. I would freak out. Genuinely, I would freak out. Could you
You'd lose
imagine?
your mind.
I would.
I
I would
can actually.
absolutely
I'm
lose my
imagining it
mind.
right now.
Oh my god, don't even, because I'm actually gonna freak out right now just thinking about it.
Oh my god.
What if that's
But I
Mel's
need
coat?
Mel to be what if Mel wakes him up? What if he's, you know, asleep on his coat and Mel walks in and says, "Hey."
Oh
And
my
what if she calls
god.
him Frank? I am rooting I'm going to blow up my mic. I'm rooting so hard for her to call him Frank this season. Like that is all I want
I sure
in
hope
my
so.
long suffering life. Please. Okay. So he looks like shit,
If I can
but
have
then we
this
have him
one
by the
thing.
lock. Yes, but then we have him by the lockers, which like we will get to the
Yes.
lockers. But we have him by the lockers, and Robbie comes in with his wet shoulders, also
Yep.
kind of looking like shit, and also like he went to Turkey. And he comes in, and Frank goes, "Welcome back." And that
Yep.
is the first time Robbie and Frank and really like anybody has interacted in that space since Frank was revealed to be diverting drugs from the ED. So we
Mhm.
have like a pretty and also they this is what I'm obsessed with because there's that iconic shot of Frank kind of stumbling down the hall and out of the ED. They put
Yeah.
Robbie in that spot and Frank in
Mhm.
Robbie's spot to like welcome him
Yeah.
back, which is such a vibe and such a mood
They
and
do
I'm
that
really
stuff
really
really well. They
into
do the parallels really well.
they do and it's such an interesting piece of visual storytelling and I'm gagged by it. And
Mhm.
I do wonder, like, I feel the need to, like, say, like, throw it out there that, like, maybe he's disheveled because he's gonna relapse. And maybe this season is him trying not to relapse. And I don't know, maybe Melissa Mel King Melissa Renee King, we don't know what her middle name is, but that's the most common one, um, is the reason he doesn't or they have a conversation about it because he looks bad. There's no other way to put it. He's
Yeah.
something is wrong in his life. Something has
Even
gone
his like
awry.
stance at the end of the hallway, like he looks like he's in pain.
Yeah, he's hunched over. My chronic
Mhm.
pain king. Famously, I've been missing in action due to a lot of chronic pain, and I feel him so deeply because he's like kind of put together, but like he didn't shave, and he like his hair is a mess. He's holding. I hope he's wearing a Steelers hat. He looks like he
Yes.
just got back from like an early morning NA meeting in a church basement and is like trying to
Oh.
like get through the day. He looks like he just got broken up with. He looks bad. Like he
Yeah.
looks he looks like how
Maybe
he
he
does
just
in an
had to
angsty
drop his kid
fanfic.
back off at Abby's.
Bro. Still wearing the ring though.
Yeah.
Still wearing the ring.
Maybe he just
Now
doesn't
in an
want to get
episode,
cast.
so many which yeah, more questions than answers. Now famously Abby Langdon hasn't yet to be cast. If she's being cast, she's not. But what if she
Yeah.
was? And I will stay at Abby Langdon's gonna show up in season 3 Truther until the episodes stop airing. Like I'm not like I'm down bad for it.
I hope
Yeah,
so.
but I hope so too. Yeah, I don't know. It's just interesting. Going back to the lockers, um, you guys in our wonderful Discord server have done the investigative journalism that we need, and like the
Yay.
Times hire them, and have discovered that Mel's locker is canonically on top of Frank's,
Yes, it is. Very
which is
exciting
just
revelation.
I love like Melissa King canonically tops Frank Langdon. Welcome to heaven. Is this heaven? This is heaven. This is not Pittsburgh Trauma Medical Center. This is a beautiful, blissful joy of our life.
Yes.
We also see Frank working with Trinity on that case with Garcia when like when the lawyer's coming out of the elevator. That is Frank, Garcia, and Trinity working together on what looks to be a trauma because they have blood hanging. And I am so fucking curious to see what the Santos and Langdon dynamic is this season. Obviously, in all of Patrick's Emmy interviews, they get asked about Trinity, and he's basically just like, they're the two sides of the same coin. They're more alike than they're not. And it's like, yeah, obviously. But I'm very, 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 very curious to see what the vibe is because it's been a long time. It is like it's cold outside. What's going
Yeah.
on? What are we doing? What's happening?
I'm very, very excited to see the new dynamic after 4 months.
Me too. I am also so curious. We see also in the stills McKay comes in and she has her street team situation. I love that.
Yes.
I really love her story being one of redemption after addiction and how she's able to take herself and like she's really picked herself back up after
Mhm.
her circumstances that were like
Yes.
what we know about McKay's backstory makes me just want to hold her. That poor woman.
Yeah.
Like she had to be married to Chad, God.
Oh God.
And I love that. Whitaker gets pushed to the ground. Honey, stay
Yep.
there. Stay down, King. Don't get up. Welcome to where you're supposed to be. Javati is intubating in her cute little
See,
jacket.
I thought that was very interesting. Is that allowed?
No. Okay, here's the deal. No, but like yes. So, fun fact, in most places except for ERs, doctors are not intubating patients.
Yeah.
In the ER, and even in the ER, like RTs, like I feel like only Langdon ever yells for RT, but like they
Yeah.
never are there to intubate. So that is if they have respiratory therapists. I don't know, it's one of those things where I'm just like, well, if she's in the room checking on a patient and the patient codes and
Yeah.
she is a medical student, she would just like if you're a doctor who knows how to take care of a patient, you'll just do it. It's kind of like how
Yeah.
like is there a doctor and you're on a plane and you are
Yeah.
a psychologist but like a psychiatrist but you did you have to like you have to try everything so you
Yeah.
know basic life support like I can do CPR, I'm certified, but
Mhm.
also I'm not going to when someone who does it every day and like
Is right
works
there.
in that environment is there. If that makes
Yeah.
any sense? Like it's not her field of expertise, but she can do it. And
Mhm.
it depending on how long she's been on her rotation and how much time she's spent in the ED, it would actually make a lot of sense for her to be like, yeah, I can do it. So
I kind of figured that was the
no,
case, but I wasn't sure.
a lot of the things that happen, you're like, well, they like a lot of stuff that happened during the mass casualty, it's like you would never do that, but like technically it's fine. There's a lot of that on the Pit. Like
Yeah.
it's almost entirely medically accurate. Then sometimes you're like, well, sure, sure,
Yeah.
I guess like nurses drawing blood, sure,
Like towing the
sure.
line
I mean,
between accurate and not.
yeah, sometimes I'm like, I guess. There is a scene that I will never get off my soapbox about, which is in season one, Otis, when he's having his like cardiac problems. They
Mhm.
say, we're gonna check a troponin, and they go draw a red and purple top, and troponins can only go in a green top lithium heparin or sodium heparin tube. There is no like I was at work once and I checked the test table because I was like, huh, I wonder if this was right. And you cannot put it in a red top. It has to be in a green top. And so
Hmm.
it's very, very strange. Like the Pit, they draw red tops on the Pit. This is just like boring blood culture things. Next time you want to destroy a vibe at a party, pull this out. You can't red tops take an hour to clot, so you'd never use them in emergency situations unless it's
Yeah.
absolutely required for the test because it
Mhm.
takes an entire hour to get to the point where you can even put it on the machine. So it's
Mhm.
not that's not for a stat troponin you want to at least when I've drawn them, you draw them, you label it, you walk out, you either walk it physically back down to the lab or to the tube
Mhm.
system, depending which was closer. And then when it gets there, it's immediately spun. And it's like a stack troponin can be done in like 15 minutes
Yeah.
if you know what the fuck you're doing. And it seems like the doctors in the Pit don't know. Yeah, they draw blood like crazy people. But also when the tubes like explode when Emma draws blood in season 2 off Joy and the tubes get
Mhm.
run over and shatter, all tubes are made of plastic now, so they wouldn't shatter like
Oh,
that. They would like crack.
interesting.
So they're not made of glass. That was one of those things where I was like, that's not. They were like using the type of tubes I use, and I was like,
Yeah.
those are made of plastic. You're being fucking weird. Um, the only tube that's still made of glass is like a specialty tube that they would never be drawing for whatever. Anyway, very, very, very annoying minutia. Joy is obviously not there, as well as Ogilvy is gone.
Yes.
Joy gone but never forgotten. Ogilvy rot in hell. Oh, I won't miss you.
Period.
You serve nothing. You have some. I love how like in your theories notes you're just like Trinity's hair. Drop the hair care routine. Jesus Christ, it's glowing.
I kind of want to get my hair
Just
cut like
incredible.
that.
Same. I
It's
don't
so
have enough hair for
comfy.
that, but you should. It would look great. Okay, we also see that there's you mentioned that there are a lot of patients in behavioral health, which there's typically patients in BH1 in the background. And
Yes.
also we have the patient who comes in with I actually was really excited to see this in this teaser, just like little healthcare thing. The patient that comes in with the white bag over his head.
Yes. The
That
little the mesh bag.
Yes, that is a spit guard. That is a patient who was spitting and screaming
Yeah.
at people, and so they put that over his head. I don't know what the
I
blue
kind of
powder
hate
is, but I'm
it.
very curious about it.
The blue
Yes.
powder, that was really weird. I was like, what's going on? What's with this blue
I
powder?
I almost wonder if that's like like he's like frozen. I'm very curious as to see what that's gonna be.
Yeah.
But I'm very curious. My guess as to like what the big if there's gonna be a big event, I think that they've alluded to the fact they're not gonna do a big event, instead are gonna like follow them home, which I'd be
Yeah.
so into. Please show him getting divorced. Please show him getting divorced. Divorce reveal,
Yes.
divorce. Frank Langdon's sad divorced apartment. Like I will get that shit. I'll get a tramp stamp that says divorced Frank Langdon if he's really real. Like please, dear God, give it to me. But he like I will never get to have the thing I want the most in life, Canon Mel Preg. So please give me
Ugh.
divorced Frank Langdon in my lifetime. Please. Please, God. HBO, if you can hear me, I know you can't, please. I also imagine they're going to do more behavioral patients so they can keep Javati down in the ER.
Yes, that's what I was thinking too. And I'm excited for that.
But also, there's a lot of behavioral, a lot. I can say, having worked at a level one trauma center, behavioral issues are a big, big part of most
Mm-hmm.
patients, especially patients who are homeless or drug users or just like that. You cannot underestimate what it does to a person to
Yeah,
be living on
and
the streets, especially in the cold.
it's the winter. It's
Yeah,
November. So there's gonna be a lot of like seasonal depression and stuff like that, especially since it's like around the holiday times.
yeah. It's around Thanksgiving. I
Mm-hmm.
am also really into the idea of maybe there being a snowstorm and they all get stuck at work and they have to like hang out in the break room.
I would love
I
that.
I love that. Do you have anything else you want to add about? I feel like we've covered a lot. Oh, we haven't talked about the
Yeah.
lawyer. I hope if Mel's still getting sued, I'm gonna riot. I did not like that
Yeah.
storyline.
I hope we get to maybe we get to see her in the deposition.
I'd be into that. I don't know. I just really selfishly like just want more Kingdom. I would
Yeah.
really love if we saw like Trinity and Frank supporting her through it. I
Yes.
really want to see her having friends.
That's what somebody
She's like they're
said.
like yeah.
They were like,
I want to
Mel's only two friends going into the elevator while the lawyer comes out.
Yeah, that's awful. Because we see
Yeah.
her in the first still talking to Robbie, and it looks like she's like consulting with him on something. And
Yep.
I don't know. I'm excited to see her reaction to Robbie coming back, because she obviously looks up to Robbie and cares about Robbie. And but Langdon is her number one, and we do know that she has a growing admiration for him this season. So
Yeah.
I'm I am very, very, very curious and most excited about with the dynamic is in season one, we have Mel Lost Lamb and Frank kind of like a dark, brooding hero with a secret, with like an evil secret.
Hmm.
And we watch Mel's heart get broken. And then in season two, we come back and Mel is really standing on her own 2 feet, but she's lonely and life is hard for her. And Frank is there to support her, and she's also supporting him, and we have that like evening out of the relationship. And in season three, I long for and would be obsessed with Mel needing his support while he is also falling apart, and the two of them
Yeah.
kind of like holding each other up, a la season two, but almost on like another level, because like if I was Mel, I'd be so depressed, and if I was Frank, I'd
Hmm.
be so depressed. And there's just so much angst. Like it is angsty Kingdom August, and they delivered. Like there is so much
Yes.
hardship to have between them, and like
He looks so
I
forlorn.
He looks so forlorn. Happy Forlorn Frank Friday to everyone who
It actually
celebrates,
is.
mainly
Oh
us.
my god,
It
that's
actually
perfect.
is Frank Forlorn Friday. It's the
Wow,
last one,
I didn't
too.
even realize that.
I know. We've been doing this event and I know it's happening, but then every Friday I'll be like, I got tagged in a lot of and every Monday I'm like, oh, it's Monday now. Yay! And I get to go read all the fics. But
Yes.
yeah, do you have anything else to add? It was like a 1 minute teaser, so there wasn't that much to talk about.
On the board, we see that there's a 25-year-old with COVID and a 32-year-old who's high on LSD. I thought that was very interesting.
I like that. I like
Yeah.
25-year-old with COVID, most normal ass ER ever.
Yeah.
That is an also 25-year-old COVID, go to urgent care. Um, 32-year-old woman high on LSD is very important to me. I
Yes.
actually looking at the board is really fun. A lot of like my healthcare worker brain nerds the fuck out when we get to see like stuff like that for the pit because I'll be
Hmm.
like, oh my god, yeah, I've seen a bunch of people with that. I've seen that case over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And that's always really interesting. I don't know. I feel like I always have a favorite patient. Mine last year was like pretty easily the nun with the gonorrhea. That was my
Yes.
favorite. I love the gonorrhea nun.
Hmm.
I hope Trinity keeps making jokes. Also, my last thing is I do not like the way Robbie says to Dana, they haven't fired you yet. I am very
Yeah.
frustrated that he is still having that behavior and the way his misogyny is still there. I
Hmm.
knew that that was going to happen because especially with the way Noah Wiley's talked about this season, but I am continually pretty disappointed in it and
Yeah.
frustrated by it, despite the
Right
fact
off
that I
the
really
bat.
do love and care about Robbie as a character and I'm excited to see his growth and do enjoy watching him on TV. It is
Hmm.
very frustrating. I
Yeah.
also am mad Frank is still wearing his ring. It's very important to me that it looks like it doesn't fit him anymore. Are they like not resizing it? Like,
I don't
why
know.
does it not fit Patrick? Why doesn't the ring fit? I have so many questions.
It doesn't make much sense to me why it still does not fit. Because I mean like it looks like they made it even bigger in season 2 and maybe they've made it smaller now because I feel like Patrick he was so skinny in season 1. And then in season 2 he kind of like beefed up a little bit and now
Yeah,
in season 3 he's like back to being small again.
yeah,
And I feel like that maybe there's been like 2 or 3 different rings just for the sake of making
probably.
it look big.
Probably. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on. Or maybe we're just so focused on it and we're crazy. I
You
don't know.
know
I
what?
am like very
That's
I'm fine
probably
with
the
that.
case.
That's probably the case. Sometimes I'll be like, "No, I have kingdom psychosis." But like
Yeah.
that is the joy of life. I wouldn't be me if I wasn't feral over these doctors and they're
Yeah.
hopefully like I just can we just like could they just be cheating with each other? Like would that be such a crime? What if there was
No,
an affair? Like
it's
I
fiction, Angel. It's fiction. It's not real. It's a TV show.
would it be so wrong? Like
Also,
cuz I would literally be
Patrick.
like if yeah, everybody fucking in the hospital except me. Except me. Pretty famously except
But
me.
you could be.
Everybody but me. But everybody but me. But I yeah, I don't know. I'm really I don't know. He looks like shit. That's going to be the
Yep.
title of this episode is teaser thoughts
Frank
with
looks
Alysson
like
After Dark.
shit.
Frank looks like shit. Frank looks like shit.
Mel
Frank
looks great.
Mel looks great. Frank is living off of lean cuisines. Frank is sleeping on a bed with no bed frame.
Oh,
Frank looks cold. Frank looks afraid and
looks
Mel
like
looks
he's like
like a
a
beautiful
shivering
Rapunzel
chihuahua.
shivering chihuahua. Frank is drinking black coffee,
Oh,
not shaving in the basement of a church, like a dank, musty church, talking, like going,
oh
hi, my name is
no.
Frank and I'm an addict. And I'm really proud of him and he's working at it. And then
Yes.
I'm going to plug, there's a fanfic. Just go to Do Not Confess's AO3 to find it because she only has a couple pit fics and it's one of them. It's like a fic where it's like 5 times Mel got confused for Frank's wife and the one that Joe, aka Do Not Confess, wrote is Paige also wrote one that's very good. Shout out Paige, Purple Butterfly Glasses, our bestie. We love Paige. Uh, it's like a group fic, but in it, Mel goes to an NA meeting with him, and it's really
Mhm.
cute. And this, like, all I can think about watching this season is that I am so excited for the influx of Mel walking out on Frank asleep fics. Everyone go read Allison's fic, where Frank is living. Is it out yet?
It is out. Yes, it's been out since the very first Monday of Angsty Kingdom August.
Hell yes. Remind
It's
me
a
the
pretty
title
good
again.
one.
It's
Oh
like
shoot.
it's
It's a lyric from No Rain by Blind Melon. One second, I'm pulling it up right now.
pull it up. It's really good. It's Frank living in the
It's
hospital
called
and
All
Mel finds him.
it's called I'll Always Be There When You Wake.
It's very good. Go read it. It's really, really good. If
Yes.
you need like Frank, homeless, sad Frank, after
It's
seeing this
sad and then
teaser,
it's
go
very
watch that.
fluffy.
And then it's
So
very fluffy, but like it's
yeah.
very sad and then it's very fluffy. It's what you want.
That's kind of like my thing. I make them sad and then I make them happy.
I just make them sad. I'm really bad at making them happy. That's not really my forte. Isn't making them happy. I like to put them in a jar and shake them around. And if you want some aftermath of a possible affair, I did write a penny fic. I wrote a penny
And
fic.
it's fantastic.
It's called Beneath the Blue Suburban Skies. It's on debutantgirl_903. The
That title's
username
so
I
good
picked when I
too.
was 14. Thank you. I
You're
just
welcome.
was looking at the Penny Lane lyrics. I'm writing another one about
So good.
Tanner and Penny, and it's even sadder.
Of course.
No happiness, no joy. Mel and Frank cheated, and they have feelings about it. Okay,
Uh,
I look forward. Alyson, thank you so much for coming on. Do we have anything
Thank you
else
for
to add?
having
Any
me
final
again. I'm so
thoughts?
excited. No, I think
I
that's
know.
really it. Just Frank looks like
It,
shit and Matt looks great. That's all you need to know.
we don't even see them interact. Like it's like there's
No.
nothing really Kingdom to
Oh,
talk about. Like
wait. Mel scene cut straight to Frank scene in the teaser. I just gotta say that. We're
that
like
is tea, and
allies in that
also
version.
obviously lawyer coming back, possibility of deposition.
Yes.
With everything, there is an episode. So, guys, I will say in this little bonus, Alyson can vouch for this as one of my besties. I've been a human disaster, a la Frank Langdon lately. I've been
It's
dealing with a lot of
okay.
chronic pain and
We're here for
having to make the
you.
difficult choice to like leave my job, serve, slay, unemployment
Difficult
slay,
choice. Oh,
and a lot of like fair thank you, Alison.
you're
And just
welcome.
like a lot of pretty hard shit I won't bore you with in my personal life that makes me do a lot of laying face down in bed and screaming at God. I'm like a lot of the vibes. I really be feeling Mel King eating a sad
Uh-huh.
microwaved meal in her kitchen energy lately. Like I am feeling very Kingdon pre getting together with each other. We are holding out hope for my Frank to appear one day, my Mr. Darcy walking through the fog. But there are two like episodes I'm incredibly proud of that are just coming down the pipeline. So they
Yay.
will be a little out of date when they come out. You're going to forgive me for that. And if you don't, that's
Of
fine. But
course.
hopefully you can forgive me. So I appreciate you all. A state of the
Everyone
kingdom,
say
if you
it's
will.
okay, Angel.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm trying I'm trying my best.
It's okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I'll leave it with don't kill anybody today. To quote Trinity Santos, Trinity busting Dennis's
Yes.
balls is my favorite thing in the world. I love them so much. I hope that they are never parted. And that's his they are best. That's those are the soulmates of the show.
I was
they're
gonna say they're
they're
gonna be
together
besties
forever
forever.
actually. Besties forever, just like us, Queen. Okay. It was
Period.
great having you on. Thank you for coming on
Thank
and
you for
making
having
this
me again.
truly incredible notes. Alyson is so Alyson can fuck you can fuck up a Google Doc like no other. It's insane.
Thank you.
It's a
Thank you.
talent.
I'm
Put it on your
bowing.
resume, man. It's amazing. Okay. And hopefully soon we will be back with more information, but it's kind of crazy. I mean, we knew they were going to drop stills and teasers in August. We knew it was coming. But
Yeah.
maybe we're going to get the first full trailer, but maybe we'll get a second teaser come October, November, and then the
Yeah.
first full trailer should drop about December 1st, which is when it dropped last year.
Yes. So
So,
exciting.
we can survive off scraps much longer, guys.
Yes, we can
Stay
do it.
true. They're going canon. I lied, but they maybe. Who knows? We don't know. Not
We'll
me.
see.
We'll see. Okay. All right, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.